How you all doing? If you like reseller content, toy content, like, subscribe, comment below. So I went to an estate slash moving sale, so everything had to go. It was across the street from my house. Um, got a lot of different stuff. Some of it is not going to be in the video because they're selling, they're selling everything they had. So paid a lot more than I generally do when I go thrifting because I'm dealing with actual people, not a for-profit corporation. So I paid money for things that were free because I knew that they were valuable. I paid for things for my kids that I didn't actually want, but I felt bad. You know, I didn't want to take advantage of anybody. So I paid $30. I've already started this video and had my OBS crap out on me, so this is the game of life. I already unpacked it. I'm not going to put it all back and pretend I am opening it for the first time. So yeah, game of life. This is a 1985/82. So the things that are valuable in the game of life, the game itself will not sell. I've tried. I have actually sold one, but they're not worth keeping around. What sells out of them are the buildings. There are 7 buildings. You can sell those. There are cards. Depending on year, you have different cards. These are the blank back older ones. I think they're actually older than 80, 85, 82. I'm going to have to look it up. You have the cars with the boy and girl figures. You have the spinner itself. You have the money. And then depending on the year, you either have different cards for things like stocks, or you have this paper. And it's a matter of some stuff I will combine. Life actually sells really well. The parts. Checking my inventory, the only thing I'm currently sitting on is some money from a newer version. And some of these houses, I've sold everything else. I actually sold some this week. So profit margin on this pile here, we're going to be around that. So this is my man Paddington Bear. So this was also free. I grabbed it not really understanding what it'd be worth. I don't deal with a ton of plushies, but however, of interest to me was this tag saying it was made in 1975. That doesn't mean it's valuable. That just means sold. So, being it was free, I figured I'd take a stab at it. He is complete. He's got both his eyes. He's got his nose. He's in decent shape. Ears. His hat. And interestingly, his boots. And why this is interesting to me, you maybe see on the bottom it says Eden Toys 1977. Now, when we deal with old toys, some of the things we talk about, pain points, you're going to find items are very difficult to be complete if they have pain points. Missiles, the classic pain point. They get shot, they go behind a couch, they are forgotten, they are thrown away, vacuumed up, gone forever. So Paddington has these boots, and these are very rare because these aren't boots. They are just plastic. And if you stuck your foot in this, it would get stuck. Your parent would probably have to cut the boot off of you, or you would just step and it would snap around the ankle. And that's a thing that you would do as a kid. If I handed this to my 3-year-old, I guarantee he would take these boots off immediately and put them on. So how many of these boots went missing in the life of this bear? The other pain point is this tag. This is just a paper tag on a string. And it's not perfect. It has a tiny rip at the top, but that's been hanging around his neck for almost 50 years. So again, I already did this video once and it shit out on me. So I know the value of Paddington Bear, and the value of this Paddington Bear with boots, with tag, with coat, with hat in this size is roughly $80. I listed him cheap because I don't want to have him around. I listed for 50 plus shipping with an option to undercut that. So far, this is a pretty good estate sale, and we're not even close to being done. Alright, that's a cool one. And again, did this video already, so I know what it is. I thought it was a lot older than it was, but this is a 1993 toy. And I think it's meant to look vintage, because really, the coloration, like the stickers, this looked to me like it was going to be like 70s. And on the bottom, it says made in Hong Kong, but it doesn't have a year. Made in Hong Kong is typically like a 60s to 80s thing. But everybody said 73. And either way, it doesn't sell. Nobody's looking for it. So it's a, kind of a weird size. It is really cool, especially for the time. So you turn it that way, and it's got a squeaker. You turn it this way, and it drops that hook. And then push it in, and it's a self-propelled car. A front wheel one, too. But if you put in a Mickey Mouse tow truck, there's only 4 of these for sale and none of them sold. It's not worth hanging on to. So this is going to be going to my kids to enjoy for a little bit. Now we're into the meat of the matter. So I initially walked to this house because I didn't know if they'd have anything. I knew that the residents were very elderly, like 80s. So at that point, you figure they probably cleaned their house out. However, they had not. And I saw this, and the lady knew what it was, but she didn't know what it was worth. I actually had this as a kid. Crash Test Dummies. This was a really cool toy as a kid. So you assembled it, and all the parts blow off. The tires shoot out, airbag deploys, the dummies go flying, they got their seat belts that blow out. I had this, one of my dogs got a hold of it and chewed up these front tires. Now this is going to be a toy with a lot of pain points because all these parts fly off. The roof collapses. This is really cool. This is the wall that it hits, like a deformable wall. We're gonna get this out of the way. It's gonna take up too much space. What is this missing? Nothing. Okay. It kind of doesn't want to stand up on its own. That's okay. We're gonna have to see what else is in this bin. We have the incredible Crash Test Dummies 1993 VHS. And then we're going to have all these pieces. And we're going to have to figure out what we actually have here. Looks like there's another vehicle as well. So this is a motorcycle with a sidecar. So it looks like the sidecar itself maybe explodes. Doesn't look like we have the whole thing. Alright, we got this. Nice. The instructions to the car. We have the Crash Test Center, and this has our parts list on it. We're going to figure out what we got here. I'm feeling like we're missing a lot of stuff, though, unfortunately. Again, it was free. I did give her money for it because I knew it was going to have some value. It doesn't matter. Just for a parts market perspective, it's going to have something going for it. We got one tire at any rate. Don't think we have all of them, though. I don't know what that goes to. That might not actually put anything here. Looks like a trap door. Cone. We have a Crash Test Dummies head. They were cool toys. It was a show tie-in. I think it was one of those things like, and obviously I'm not a historian, and I'm just kind of spitballing off my memory. There were crash test dummy commercials when I was a kid, where it was a public advisory to buckle your safety belt, but the commercials became very popular. So then they did a TV show. It was pretty short-lived, I'd like to think. And then a toy line to go with it. So we got a guy here with a head that's not attached and the wrong leg. It was one of those things, like, it just kind of happened that this became a phenomenon in a sense. And then it disappeared because of, whatever. Didn't have longevity. It's kind of like bands. I kind of don't feel a lot of this goes to here. I think she didn't know and just threw some stuff in a box. That's cool. Anything that's not to this, we will add to our mysterious parts bag that we've been working on for a while now. Seat belt. Looks like it's built to pop out of something. It might be a dashboard, actually. If you look, that looks like a glove box, so that might go in the car. This is not from this. Matchbox. Collectibles. Don't know what that is. I have to Google Lens that. Once we sort this out, we got another crash test guy, so that's his leg on the other dude. Got like a railroad crossing, beacon. Got a lot of stuff here. Alright. Dump this out here. Alright, we got our car. Why don't we work on that first? We're definitely not complete on it because we're missing one wheel, which sucks for sure. That would have been a good one. So we got our roof that comes off. We have 2 seat belts. I feel like this air, okay, it does. The airbag goes in. I think there's a steering wheel cover, but I'm not seeing it. I'm not going to demo this, but what happens is if you ram it into a wall or something, the pressure on the front end blows everything apart. Alright, yeah, there's a steering wheel cover and I don't see it. This is the dash. This doesn't go to this. This doesn't have a dash. It has a sticker, but there's nowhere for the steering wheel to go. This is kind of a mystery part. We may have quite a few of those, but I'm just trying to get the car stuff out of the way. We have doors, and I don't see those. So it's the stickers, rear dash, we don't have. Seat belt, windshield is gone. Alright, so we don't have a ton of stuff for this. Missing a wheel. Really, the wheel is unfortunate, but steering wheel cover. This looks like it would go to a vehicle, but it just doesn't. Huh. Well, that's that one. Move that out of the way. We'll circle back and price all this out. Point here. And it comes with the instructions. That's pretty cool. We'll get the tape out of here. I don't know what this went to. 22 minutes of VHS. The Crash Center. I did not have this as a kid. Like I said, this was pretty short-lived. Alright. So, we have for the crash center. Accessories. So we got some tools. I definitely dumped those out here somewhere. We have a wrench. I'm missing a bunch of that stuff. Floor creeper, fire hydrant. 4 safety codes. I have more than that. Yeah, whatever. Let's put these 4 that I have. We have jack stands. I got 1. Mailbox, I don't have. Parking meter, signpost. Nope, nothing like that. Wall wedges, police barriers. I don't have any of that. We have a rear bumper and a front end and a dashboard. Okay, so this went to the crash center. So I think this was just a non-car thing that it threw the dummies through the wall. I don't have a steering wheel. This might be some kind of front end. Doesn't look right. Rear bumper. I don't got any of that. Traffic signs. I gotta stop. Definitely missing a lot of stuff. A rubber strap I have. We'll get that out of the way. Supports for shear bars. I don't have any of that. That's what it's supposed to look like. This whole setup here. We don't got any of this. There's a whole base that's plugged into. That's why this won't stand up on its own. So I just have a ton of random parts. So now my question becomes, oh, the motorcycle goes to this apparently. Or not. That might have been sold separate. I have a lot of parts, but I don't have anything complete. I may end up selling this as a Crash Test Dummies lot. And then collectors will grab it to piece together stuff they have and sell the remainder or hang on to it. Shear bar, but I don't even know what's what. I'm kind of feeling that's going to be the way to go, because I don't even have close to anything. Not even the motorcycle is complete. I have an instruction for motorcycle. Just get all these pieces out of here. I'm going to set aside stuff that I don't know the origin of, and we could use Google Lens to figure it out. But there's definitely going to be values here. Side, that. We don't even have a complete dummy, I don't think. We're missing the legs. Which, again, pain points. There's going to be a lot of stuff missing because of the nature of the toy blowing up. That stuff won't work on Google Lens. The strap we got. So this is the thing. Looks broken, actually. Looks like his head broke off. But you'd hit that button and everything would shoot off. Or at least his head might. I don't know. I think maybe he had to pull his limbs off manually. Doesn't look right, and if you look inside of this head, it looks like it's sheared off. Okay. Yeah. So his head was not actually supposed to come off. It was supposed to just pop. That's too bad. So we got a non-complete and broken Daryl. Bull. May have been like an edition later. He doesn't look quite right. With one leg. I don't know what he does. He doesn't look like he blows up conventionally. He got a helmet that would fit. I bet that goes to the motorcycle actually because of the color scheme. Alright, let's just do a quick Google Lens here on this other stuff. The Google Lens had some trouble with some stuff, but we found some cool things. These are not from the Crash Test Dummies. These are from Little People, vintage construction site. Probably nothing I can do with those, quite frankly. I'll check pricing, but usually that stuff doesn't move. This and this I cannot find. Also, this cover is too generic. It looks like a trap door, but it might be a battery compartment as well. It looks like it would hold like a C or a D battery, but there's no identifying features. However, these things are not from Crash Test Dummies, but they're still pretty cool. So Hot Wheel, this is a rather Matchbox Moto Tracker. It's like something along the line of a Lego where you can connect these pieces to each other. I don't know if this has individual value. I'm going to put it in my parts bag with the rest of this. This is from a vintage Transformer Shockwave. So this must be a front grille or something. Again, just a cool part. We can do that another day. And this is a Micro Machines streetlight. Probably no value individually in that one, but this stuff possibly. So I'm going to put that in my parts bag for later. So we're going to dig into what we could get for a really good Crash Test Dummies toy lot. Alright, so we're just going to start out with a general Crash Test Dummies. Search 1,300 results. And let's see what we have in this set. And kind of go from there. So we got the OG Crash Test Dummies with the heads that pop off. So ours is not complete. It's in fact broken. The head, which makes it kind of difficult to do anything with. You could glue it back on though. I feel that is dishonest. So these were different years. I don't know which ones I have. It looks like this guy kind of looks like the dude I didn't recognize. The one I had was the 91. You can see there's two buttons because I remember their arms and legs blowing off, and that is in fact the case back then. This is saying it's the 2004, where I think their head just pops up. So I didn't realize this stuff lasted this long. This must have been like a relaunch later. But yeah, I had this guy. I remember he was purple. And this is about the year, you know, I was 9, so that makes sense that I got these. Alright, so we got the car in pieces down here. And a few different other vehicles and pieces. But I guarantee the pieces market is going to be huge for this stuff. And you can see the numbers on a lot of this stuff. It's pretty good. 24. I definitely had this guy. I remember his eyes bugging out. 93. Okay. So it was around for a bit. Here's the car again. And this is $80 with the door, windshield. So this is the guy that came with it, I'm assuming. What else we got? That's the piece to the Crash Test set. Now we have something very similar to what I actually have. We have parts of a car. We have parts of a Crash Test set. Just a bunch of general pieces, $59. Nothing quite as extensive as I have. Now we're going to change this to Crash Test Dummies lot and see what we got for that. 159 results. not seen this motorcycle yet. Here's some parts. 174. More of the crash test site that I have, most assuredly. For 80. 30 and 40 for some pieces. Basically, all the car pieces we got minus some stuff for 26. Let's go to sold and see realistically what people are buying. We may have to do multiple listings, or I'd rather just do one, honestly. One box, just ship it out. So, go-kart baby, okay. Some pieces for like 20 bucks. Most of the car and some pieces for 50. A lot of the stuff we have here, 38. Just random assortment of parts from that set for 18. If I price this low enough, it'll 100% sell. And quickly, I'm guessing. 57 piece lots sold. Let's find the motorcycle. Because I've not seen this. It's definitely Crash Test Dummies. Okay, here it is with the helmet. Mine's not complete. And then a few different ones. But it looks like complete, it'd be like 26 bucks. Just the motorcycle, 12. Chunks of the car. Let's just look up the VHS tape just to see. VHS. How many sold? 5. So this must have been the tie-in. This is obviously still in the box, but Incredible Crash Test Dummies. Tape. They took a deal. I don't have the case, but looks like there's a couple different ones. They also have instructions. Nobody's got those. So that's the front of mine. So that is obviously the same. That is different. I don't know what the tie-in was on this. If it was in a box with something or what. I think as a lot, man, it's a lot of stuff. And it's going to take a very specific buyer that's looking to assemble different sets, because it's really 3 different things in here plus figures. And again, I got it for free. So my pricing is going to very much determine how quickly this goes out the door. I think I'm going to do 50 plus shipping. And I think that's going to put us about there. And I can always adjust it, but I don't think I'm going to have to. I think if I put that all out there with the instructions where people could put together a better complete set, because this stuff does sell. You know, Crash Test Dummies. Let's see, it was 1,300 results. And how many sold under just that basic thing? 453. That's like a 30% sell through. That's fantastic. Yeah, somebody's going to be willing to pick up a fairly big lot for 50 bucks and shipping and start putting stuff together. I ain't that guy. I might be that guy someday when I retire, but I ain't that guy today. So far, a good start to this. And we have something completely different for the next video. I'm well outside my comfort zone. But for 10 bucks, I got 2 binders and 2 boxes of 1987 Topps baseball cards. For $10, I couldn't possibly miss this, so we're gonna be doing some different stuff in the next video that I am not familiar with. I don't watch baseball at all, so yeah, that'll be fun. But if you like reseller content, toy content, Crash Test Dummies content, like, subscribe, comment below. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.